Good morning, everybody. How the hell is everybody? So we're getting a little bit of an earlier start today than what we normally do. I just feel like working. Feel like getting some shit done early so that I can play around a little bit later. Trying to figure out where the fuck is... Hold on 1 second. Why is today's live stream not coming up? So weird. It's like I don't have analytics for my current live stream on YouTube right now, so I can't see who all's watching or anything. That's alright. We'll just go to the channel page. We'll load up the chat that way so that I can actually see you guys speak. So, hello everybody. Let's see. What's up, Adam? How the hell are you? I see Adam is in the... I see that Adam right now is in the Twitch chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. 11 people here. That's cool. On YouTube. YouTubey. Sorry, just kind of getting into the swim of it today. Need my energy drink. Need to get up and at it. Got a few things we need to do today a little bit later on. Need to call the vet and do follow-up with our poor puppy. So Dahlia... For those of you guys that don't know, Dahlia is home. She had surgery earlier in the week because she tore her CCL in her leg. And now, small complication, hopefully small complication. I wonder, let me actually look something up here real fast. Alright, that's much better. Bear with me just 1 second, guys. back. Sorry. All right, so wonder what we're gonna work on today. Actually, since let's see. I think the first things first. Let's get actual legit work out of the way. Let us do a little bit of editing. We had a new video that we shot yesterday, sort of a rapid fire IFAC video, and just kind of a unique little thing. What happened was I posted sort of an Ask Me Anything. What the hell? Okay, send. Okay. I guess Final Cut Pro updated. It seems to be working. All right. Well, that's all right. That'll do. That'll do, I guess. All right, we've got a handful of folks on YouTube. We've got a couple on Twitch. All right. Let me change over to a different scene. Boom, boom. Here we are, getting ready to work. I just woke up not too long ago. Woke up, got kind of ready to start my day, and just want to get a bunch of shit done and worked on like now. The fuck is going on? My live stream is still not showing up on my YouTube, like the sort of like channel videos where I can actually see everything. So that's weird, man. I know you guys are finding me, you know, it says we've got how many viewers right now? I don't even know. Either way, let's get a few things done here. All right, so I've got pulled up here, I've got my Final Cut Pro. We are going to load in a bunch of stuff. First things first, I have got a ton of files on my phone that I actually need for this. So, really quick. Oh, right on. I appreciate that, Adam. So, real quick, there's something new that can be done here on the Twitch chat. Let me do a handful of them. All right. So now watch this. This is beautiful. Well, whenever it happens. Dude, thank you so much for the follow, the British Drummer. I appreciate that. Boom! Hit me with that emoji explosion. That is awesome. Yes, sir, we're starting early today. And I just saw a message pop up. That reminds me, I need to fix something really quick in the stream elements. Let me do that. Slowly but surely, this is becoming a little bit more, whatchamacallit, a little bit more professional. Slowly but surely. Sorry, just taking care of something super fast, and then we'll get back to the actual fun here. Bandcamp/merch. Call that. 15, 30, 10. 15, 30, 10. Save. Subscription. 15, 30. There we go. Hopefully that should work. All right. Highlander. Would you still recommend the Auditory or Audiority 8100, or would the ME Martyr be a better alternative? It totally depends on what you want to do, to be honest. If you're wanting something to go in through an actual power amp or the power amp section of your amp, then the Martyr pedal would be a better option. If you're just wanting the simplicity of an amp sim, I would recommend that actually. I feel like the Master Effects pedal gets closer to what the actual amp does by a pretty substantial margin, but I also feel like the Audiority 8100 accomplishes a hell of a lot. It punches a little bit above its weight. It's definitely something that's also good for if you've got like pedal sims. It's a great platform for that. So, hope that answers that question. Moving media to trash. Gonna work on some shit. Moving media to trash. Hello, how you doing? No, I definitely feel like the Martyr pedal actually accomplishes the 8100 tone a hell of a lot closer to the real deal. Like when I plug into the Martyr pedal, I hear an actual 8100. Whereas when I plug into the Audiority amp sim, what I hear is I hear something trying to be the 8100. And it's doing a good job, don't get me wrong, but I don't hear the 8100. I hear something that is wishing it was the 8100, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Did that actually load it properly? Let's actually X out of Logic Pro for the moment. Alright, cool. I just wanted to see some. Just because that'll make it a hell of a lot easier and prevent a little bit of lagging. Alright, Final Cut Pro, come back. Oh, the icons are different too. That's interesting. Okay, and now got a few more files that I need to transfer. Excuse me. Damn, we answered a lot of questions in yesterday's IFAQ. I thought conservatively I'd done like 30. It looks like I may have done like about 50. All right. Transferring now. And here they all come. Okay, and now. All right, just to make this easy, bing, bang, boom. There's all the files from the Instagram story. And now let's import the actual video footage. What's up, Rob on guitar? How you doing? Whiskey distilled from an IPA wort. That is actually really amazing sounding, to be honest. All right, so today, firstly, before we get into the real fun shit, we are going to edit the IFAQ video. Did something a little bit different this time around. Replace. So we did kind of a rapid fire video. Answered a shitload of questions all at once. Just sinking a few JDs before hitting bed. It's 4 a.m. there. Well, goddamn, dude. All right, and now where was the... There it is. There's the audio file. So now you guys can kind of see what I do to edit all these videos here. So I've uploaded the actual video portion. Now here's the audio portion. I'm going to bring it down here and sync it up. Hey guys, how the... Cool, that's definitely synced up. Alright, now there's a few things I have to do to the audio track. First of all, we always raise the volume on it ever so slightly. I'm going to bring that down actually so it doesn't blast me. But we raise the volume a bit. Usually about there is a good place to start off with. Voice over enhancement. This is a great little tool that's stock in Final Cut Pro that I always add to my audio tracks these days because I just feel like it does such a great job of punching up the EQ just a little bit here. Speaking of EQ, we're going to go to equalization, and just what I always like to do just to get rid of some of the sibilance, I always drop down 16 kilohertz, about 3 dB, and magically a lot of the just goes away. All right, so bring that over here. Bring that over here. Now we need one more transition right here. I always do fade to color. All right. So this is a little in the way right now. I'm going to put it down here until I need it. And so the beginning of the video starts off a little something like this. I'm just kind of reusing the same file that I had before. So it's already got the title screen. It's already got infrequently asked questions, the title loaded. It's already got the affiliated logos. There's Guitar Marie pickups right there. Hi, Adam. And notification of my new single that came out a week ago today, actually. By the way, today... hopefully, I think it's showing up on Spotify. Let's actually check real fast. Let us see. Just a brief detour, really fast. And why does that go so goddamn slow? For whatever reason, Spotify is just, that's the one thing. Yeah, just kind of showing peeps how I do a little bit of editing. The Misanthropist. Hey Arnold, the intro May song in your videos is fucking amazing. The best riff you've made so far. I appreciate that. So it's just something I like to do now ever since I started streaming. Like, not only am I streaming the process of like writing the tunes and everything and seeing what happens with that. Oh, it doesn't show up yet. Not only showing the process of how I like actually... Alright, that's... Oh, there it is right there. Darkness from the Light by Nihilistic. Let's just like my own songs. Very cool. Alright, so that is on Spotify now. So you, I went actually through DistroKid. AstroKid, that's funny. I went through DistroKid. They've been really good to me, and I have a priority account with them, so I kind of get taken care of a little bit quick. Dude, thank you so much for the follow, Very Moist Wet Towelette. That's hilarious. Great screen name. I love that. Emoji or emote explosion. I love it. Guys, we are halfway to 666. Arnold Palmer's. That's hilarious. But anyways, as you can see, the single is now live on Spotify, so I would imagine that it would be going live on most streaming platforms. However, when I searched for it here, it did not come up via Nihilistic. It came up by searching for the actual release title. So, yeah. Anyways. Boom, following. Alright, let's close Spotify now and let's get back to work. Let's make this video. But as you can see, new single, it is now live right now. So, I don't understand very moist towelette. What's that? What about good pussy? If you don't have it yet, I hope you find it, man. It's really tough to find these days. Hey guys, how the hell are you? Coming at you for another video with us. To a future video. That's so funny. Like, I felt like... Thank you for me to list all the... Alright, now it's getting brighter. I feel like we need to brighten that up just a little bit. I'm gonna allow that. Yeah, you got auto-modded, McLeod, but it's one of those things where it just asks me to approve it or not. Oh, dude, thank you for... let me know you checked out Sinistro King. Dude, so fucking good. Serious. Like, I fucking love that record so much. It's so good. It's so unfortunate to me, too. Like, one of the members of Sinistro King is also a member of Vreedhammer. And I love Vreedhammer. But that new Vreedhammer release that came out this year is not really ticking all the boxes that I expect from that band. It's unfortunate. So, that's alright. We've got Sinistro King out of it, and I'm fucking digging that a hell of a lot. That's my album to beat for Album of the Year. Alright, so now let's get into it. I feel like we need to brighten this up ever so slightly. So, let's see here. That is transitions, not effects. All right. Bump that up ever so slightly. That's what I need to bump up, I feel. Bring that back down. There, I feel like that's good. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Make it nice and pretty. Ugh. Alright, now, let's load in my IFAC backdrop. And we are going to fuck with this a little bit. I always like doing a different effect on this every week. So let's see. What's the green guitar in the back? That one that's hanging? That's my Ormsby SX. That is my SX Run 1. It is a color prototype though, because there was a finish defect. And what they did, what they do when there's a finish defect is they repaint those guitars and they put them out as one-offs with like different finishes. So like if you've ever gone onto like Ormsby's Facebook group or Ormsby's Reverb listings or whatever, and you've seen stuff like the Blood Splatter Ormsby's, for example, those are one-offs that probably started off the same way. They came with a finish defect, so they just stripped the finish, repainted it to make it a sort of one-off, very cool finish, and that's what I've got there. I absolutely love that guitar. It's one of my favorite instruments. However, something is failing in the electronics, and I need to give it some love, or I need to just completely gut it a little bit, because it is not doing what it's supposed to do. Like, the last two bridge pickups that I've had in there have sounded super fucking shrill and bright, and that is not what those pickups do. So, very, very weird. So let's see how many we got on the Tube of You right now. It's actually not telling me still. You know, let me log on to my YouTube studio and actually see if this is gonna fucking work this time. There's 10 watching on YouTube right now. Looks like there's about 9 on Twitch right now. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, this is just bugging me. I really, really, really want... I really, really want to show my actual... like, sort of dashboard for during the stream. Because there it is. There it is. Alright. Live control room. That's what I fucking need. Thank you. Something else I just saw. The hell? Go back. You know what? That's fine. Okay. Alright, all is right with the world. I have my live control room for the YouTube. So now I can see like concurrent viewers and that sort of stuff. Much better, much better, much better. Life is good now. That's what I want. I want to see how many people are watching at any given time. All right, anyways, back to the task at hand, back to the actual work. So this is my IFAC backdrop that I use. One of these days I'll make a new one. It's funny. I've made like 3 of these already, and I've never been really totally happy with it. But anyways, I always add like some cool effects here. Let's see. What's that? Some artifacts there. Yeah, let's do some art. Excuse me. Let's do some artifacts. But first, let's do a weird... what about that one? You know, let's do some artifacts. And... Sure, let's do that. Alright, that's my effect today for the IFAC backdrop. This is totally professional. I literally just grab shit. There we go. There it is. Done. So, I'd love a job as a video editor, but if they're looking at this shit to see if I know what I'm doing, they're in for a surprise. Alright, anyways, back to this... How's the DB level? What the hell is that? Alright. That can come up a little bit, not a lot. There we go. Dude, get some fucking rest, man, for real.
How the hell are you? Coming at you for another IFAC video. This is IFAC number 27, and we're going to do things a little bit differently for this episode.
The mighty winds of Blashuk blow through his soul. Me? How do I not bust up laughing? That's through self-control, because when I bust up laughing, I sound fucking ridiculous. Ask anyone that's known me for a long time. Like, even when I was a kid, the way I laugh, that is the first thing that people make fun of me for. Because I will do like the weird inhale thing where like I'm kind of closing my throat. Do that shit a lot. So every so often, you guys will see me bust up a little bit on some of the IFAC videos. That might be a little bit of a dramatization, but it is for real. Oh, I forgot. I need to change the title of the IFAC. IFAC 27. Rapid Fire IFAC from Instagram. Too many questions. We'll call that. That's the good title. We gotta summon Dan. Oh, Jesus. Right now, Dan is probably still asleep, honestly. Oh, bats. Sorry, I'm trying to channel my Joker laugh, and it's not fucking happening. All right. Check the DB level here.
Hey guys, how the hell are you? Coming at you for another IFAC video. This is IFAC number 27, and we're going to do things a little bit differently for this episode. This is rapid fire infrequently asked questions. So what happened was earlier in the week, I posted on my Instagram story, hey, ask me anything and I'll do these questions live on Twitch on one of the streams, but also I'll do an actual IFAC video with this. And there was a Instagram story, hey, ask me anything and...
Alright, I need a cool transition for that. I kind of know what I want for a transition, but I don't know where the hell it is. Movement's probably there. I wonder if it'll let me do it for just that one. Let's see. Let's test it. Like zoinks.
Was earlier in the week, I posted on my Instagram story, hey, ask me anything and I'll do these...
Apparently not. Alright, so let's delete that. I'm sure that there's a way to actually do this. I just haven't done it yet. Insert typical troll of the week, right? I know. You know, I've given a lot of thought actually to getting rid of troll of the week too. I think, I don't know, like, although don't get me wrong, I know a few people look forward to it. At the same time, like, someone mentioned something earlier. Someone mentioned something one week, like, I think people are starting to troll you for the purposes of getting onto troll of the week. And I'm starting to get that feeling as well, because for a little bit of a spell, right when I started the IFAC videos, I was not getting bombarded with trolls. It just wasn't happening. They weren't coming rapid fire like they normally do. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, there they are again. And that started happening about maybe 2 months ago. So I don't know if it's if it's maybe something where they're starting to chime in for the hope of being on the video or not. I don't know. I'm almost considering, like, what if I was to do, like, a mega episode of nothing but trolls, and then just get that shit out of the way, and then, hey, guess what, guys? Troll of the Week is retired. Fuck all of you. That sort of thing.
I posted on my Instagram story, hey, ask me anything, and I'll do these questions live on Twitch.
Not that one. Dude,
Any other video editing software or just Final Cut Pro?
thank you so much for the cheers. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. So, and by the way, that's the first time we've been able to see that Twitch alert. That's awesome. So I've not like I used to use the GoPro software when I first had my very first camera. So the way that the YouTube stuff really started off was my wife bought me a GoPro camera for Christmas one year, several years ago, and although I don't really use it at all anymore, like, that was a very, very nice start to this whole thing. And at the time, I was just using the GoPro software, and I was just figuring it out with there, and I was fine. I had a decent enough workflow. It would take me a while, but I had a decent enough workflow. And then she started asking, well, why don't you try Final Cut Pro? And no, I'm fine with the GoPro software. I'm fine with the GoPro software. You should really try Final Cut Pro. So finally, one day at her behest, I tried Final Cut Pro, and I've never looked back. I love this software so much. I would love to try some of the Adobe stuff too, but same complaint I had when I was working with Photoshop last week. Adobe is raping and pillaging their customer base with their subscriptions. That is fucking ridiculous. Charge me one flat fee to use your software, please. Charge me $100 one time for Photoshop, and I will gladly pay that. But dude, this fucking, $10 a month shit, $30 a month shit, fuck you. And then when you add on other software, and now all of a sudden it's getting into like $40, $50, that's fucking retarded. And as you can see, McLeod, yes, there is a new emote. Yep, we've got the Charvel emote going. I actually just added that yesterday. So for those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about, that. Yep. I've actually got a lot of emotes that I need to work on, hopefully later today, because I think the next trial subscription for Adobe Photoshop that I'm using expires very shortly. The next trial. Alright, let's see. I think... See, I just want something on this only. Ooh, you know what? Oh god, if that works, that's going to be really cool. But yeah, no, I haven't used any other software in a long time besides Final Cut Pro. I feel like I'm pretty okay with it. I'm not an expert at it, but I'd like to think that I can maneuver my way around it pretty easily, and it's simplified my workflow for sure.
I posted on my Instagram story, hey, ask me anything and I'll...
Nope, that sucked. How about that? Let's try that. I think he is doing that for someone. Hello, Ludwig. How are you? Sony Vegas? I actually have not tried that one at all. Not to your knowledge? I thought that there was something coming through, but yeah, they don't have to be sold as a set. Yeah. I'm trying a new gallery for photos. What's your email so I can send your private gallery? Sorry, hold on one second. Arnold plays. Nope, it is not. Anyways, let's get to work here. Let's see if that transition actually worked out.
Story. Hey, ask me anything and
There we go. That does it. Okay. I'm tired of fighting with it. That is going to be... Alright. Have you... Okay, the stream elements messages are sort of kinda working a little bit better. How's Dahlia doing? She's doing okay. She's a little constipato today. Working on figuring out what that's all about. From what I understand, it's kind of a normal thing when dogs come out of surgery. I wouldn't know. I've actually never had, or that I remember, I've never had a dog that has gone through such invasive procedure before, besides neutering. Okay, I'm trying to find a good thumbnail image here. Yeah, that works. Save current frame. Oh, must complete other tasks. Jesus Christ, what's it? Oh, it's probably still rendering down here. Yes, it is. Jesus. Alright, so we'll give that a second. And we'll actually fix the stream elements thing that just happened. So how the hell are all you guys? How's it going? Chucky Whiskers, I took a recording class once taught by a guy who helped record some live shows for Red Hot Chili Peppers and Mariah Carey and other big name artists. Moral of the story is recording is many workage. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There is a shitload of stuff that goes into this, but it's one of those things where, like, once you kind of get used to the process, it becomes easier and it becomes quicker. So much so that now I can waste a little bit of time talking on Twitch and YouTube. Alright, let us fix... Try something here. Oops. Just experimenting with a ton of stuff with the stream elements so that I don't have to keep repeating myself on a lot of stuff. Alright, I think I got it now. Thank you, thank you. Dio bless me, I appreciate that. Have I ever had a Grand Prestige? No, that's the first I've heard of it. I'll be honest, the only Dutch beer that I'm really familiar with, like off the top of my head, well, I shouldn't say the only Dutch beer. I think I've had some Trappist stuff. Hold on. Isn't La Trappe from Belgium? Or Belgium, from the Netherlands? Yeah. I've had La Trappe from the Netherlands. That's Dutch. Dude, get that bread. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, no problem, man. Dude, Kyle, you are awesome, and I appreciate you very, very much, my friend. All right. How about now? Nope, I still can't. Save that, Oh shit, what did I just do here? Whoops. Much better. By the way, guys, in the Twitch chat, there's a few things that are available to do now. So I just typed in commands and it shows you a list of available commands that you guys can do now. Some of the stuff I need to edit out because I don't have a way of actually doing any of that stuff yet. But I'm working on it. I'm working on adding more stuff to the Twitch stream. Dude! A new Aurora. Thank you so much. I appreciate that follow. See, do I plan on playing any games on stream? Honestly, I don't know yet, and the reason why is because I've got separate machines, first of all, for streaming. I've got this one right here, my main work desktop that I use for Final Cut Pro, for Logic Pro, the music stuff, the video stuff. And I've also got my gaming PC back there. And I mean, I could do gaming stuff on there. My problem right now is that I've got this sort of streaming setup all good to go right here in a sort of set it and forget it thing. And I don't want to fuck with anything here. And part of that not wanting to fuck with anything is I actually had my interface that I had on that one. I moved to this machine so that I'm running two interfaces right now. I'm running one interface that's going straight into the OBS software. By the way, guys, I'm talking a whole bunch of bullshit right now because we are waiting for this to finish so that I can move on to something else. But no, I've got two interfaces right here. I've got a little tiny Scarlett Solo that is going into OBS just for this mic that I'm using right here. But I've also got my main interface, my Scarlett 18i8 that I'm running into Logic Pro for the music stuff. So it's a weird setup. It's a wonky setup. It leads to some phasing issues when I'm recording, but it somehow seems to work. So go to Starbucks and get something small. These days, with how much Starbucks costs, I think I can maybe get maybe a straw. Nah, dude, I'm fucking with you. Kyle, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. That goes a long way. You guys have been really, really generous lately, and I very, very much appreciate that. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I can just do this day in, day out for real, because starting to have a little bit of moolah coming in. Wonder... I wonder... Why? Top tipper. Let's see. I'm not going to fuck with that right now. So, a new Aurora. Thank you so much for the follow. I very much appreciated. Dude, Adam, I am totally 100% down. And by the way, I apologize, Adam, for not really being in close contact with you to work out the details for that for this week. It's been, like, I've literally been just doing this a ton. Yesterday, I actually was going to go over and see Rijkaard, Nathan Rijkaard. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. But, Rijkaard Guitars, dude, is in walking distance from me. Holy shit. So, is it raining? No, it isn't. That was just a weird noise. But, like, holy shit, as it turns out, I can literally, like, just go right over and check out Rijkaard Guitars. So I'm gonna see if I can work with Nate and maybe do, like, some demo videos or maybe a review video or something. But, yeah, I've been wildly interested in his instruments even before I moved out here, and holy shit, he's, like, literally right there. That's rad. Like, okay, Adam, since you've been by my place, have you been to Nate's place, Adam? Oh, I know. He posts stuff on his Instagram all the time when he gets new pickups from you. You meet up at Straight Music? Right on, right on. I've actually only been to Straight Music once. But like, no, like apparently Nate, he, like, okay, you know, Adam, you know that Wally World that is literally right down the street that you pass by when you're on your way to come up here or whatever? He literally lives like about maybe like a couple 100 yards south, like just across the railroad tracks is where he lives. That's crazy. He's literally right there. I can't believe it. Are you gonna let me fucking do this or what? Jesus Christ, this is taking forever to render. What is your problem? What are you rendering right now? Oh, you're importing. You're importing media still? Where? Oh, well, the good news is that should allow me to do this now. Save current frame. Nope, apparently not. Womp womp. Puppy's outside. Oh, he works for Collins? That's rad. How much do I spend on gas in a week? Well, since I've been unemployed, honestly nothing, which is great. I've literally been going back and forth between here and Walmart and here in HEB, and that's really it. What region am I in? I'm in I'm in a suburb of North Austin, Texas. So this is cool. Just chatting a little bit, waiting for this fucking thing to finish. By the way, Vexed, I just want to say I appreciate you so much that I can recall. I want to say that is the first bits I've ever received on my Twitch channel. So thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Founders All Day Session IPA. I gotta check it out. Like, okay, I've talked a lot of shit about IPAs in the past, but like recently I've actually tried a handful, like at Tony C's and Pine House and stuff like that, that I've actually kind of enjoyed, and I'm a little scared that I'm starting to get really into IPAs all of a sudden. I doubt I could ever get into like a double or triple IPA. That's just too much fucking hops. But like recently I've been getting into like some citrusy and hazy stuff whenever I've had a cheat day from keto, and I've been like, wow, this is actually really good. Surprisingly so. I would really love for you to fucking finish, buddy boo. Is it just me, or is that not fucking moving at all? I think I can delete that now. That I can delete. Oh, it is moving, just very, very slowly. Now, like when I had my most recent employer, I was spending probably about $15 in gas every 2 weeks, because I drive a hybrid and it's got a 10-gallon tank, and I mean it was about a half-hour commute to and a half-hour commute from work all the time, and I would get really, really good gas mileage with that Hyundai Ioniq. I want to say about, like, I'm typically average about 53, 54 miles per gallon. I love it. Totally a weird car compared to what everyone around here drives. Holy shit! Thank you so much, Kyle. I appreciate that. Dude, that's awesome, man. You rule, seriously. That is fucking rad. God damn, dude. This is gonna be the biggest payday I've ever gotten from YouTube when all these donations you guys have been giving me over the past few weeks come through. This is awesome. Dude, Kyle, you're... Ludwig, thank you so much. Dude, Kyle, Ludwig, Vex, you guys are totally making my goddamn day right now with the bits, with the donations. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Means a hell of a lot. This is quite a morning stream. It'll pick up, I promise you. I'm just waiting on this shit to... let's see, I can get rid of this, I think. I'm just waiting on this fucking thing to finish importing. I guess there's a bunch of media here that hasn't finished importing yet. How about you? Have you? You finished, you finished, you finished, you finished. What the fuck am I waiting on? Like, I don't get it. I don't need this anymore. These are the Twitch alerts as I was getting them all figured out. I literally don't know what's still importing. So what's happening here? I don't get it. What am I waiting for? What are we only 50% through? All right. So you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up Logic Pro X. We're going to get something started. My Mac? Oh, I'm working on a 2017 iMac. So for those of you guys that don't know, my wife is an Apple employee. She works for Apple, and as a result, I've gotten really privy to how awesome Macs are. Like, I used to be totally all about PC, and then I got a Mac Mini 1 year, which, by the way, I wholeheartedly endorse doing this. For those of you guys that want to get into home recording, wow, 2 different chats, 2 people asked me the same question, kind of what my rig is for this. So, I'm using an iMac 2017, but like, all right, I first got into Mac one Black Friday in 2012, I think it was. Went to Guitar Center. They had that Guitar Center Black Friday special on their all-in-one recording unit. That was basically, it was a Mac Mini. It came with a monitor. It had a cheap M audio interface, a cheap Tascam mic, a cheap set of Tascam headphones, etc. Like, cheap this, cheap that. It had a Korg Nano Control 2. It had, I think, a couple other things in there, and it's for like, I don't know, 900, 1,000, something like that. And it is absolutely an awesome all-in-one unit to just get started. Is it a be-all, end-all unit? Fuck no. You really have to upgrade the RAM on those things. But through that, I kind of got used to working on a Mac. And through the wife, I've gotten used to all sorts of Mac software and Mac-specific little commands that you can do, because basically I have a knowledge base that I live with. She is so smart. She knows her way around all this Mac hardware and all this Mac software so well. And she makes it so that I'm able to just kind of figure shit out super fast and get shit done. She makes sure that I know what I need to know in order to actually process all this shit. Should I upgrade my M Audio BX5As from 2015-ish for M modeling playback? Am I missing out, or what I got decent enough? In my opinion, most studio monitors are all decent. Knowing what I know now for the sake of mixing, I would have gone through something different for myself, because these things, I feel like they have kind of a fair amount of low end, and they sort of EQ things the way I want to hear them without EQing them on like an external software or anything. So I should have gone with something else myself. I use JBLs. I love how they sound, but I love how they sound for music playback. Like, if I was to put on Spotify right now and actually listen to some stuff, it would sound fucking awesome coming through here. But whenever I'm on recording software, sort of, kind of, not so much. It's not really so much that the wife hooks me up, it's that she knows her shit way more than I do. So thankfully, like, if there's something I need to know, I can ask her for help. But as a result, we do occasionally get, like, you know, the employee discount and that sort of stuff. So I set myself up here with an iMac and that is my main studio PC, or my main studio desktop that I use for doing this actual work. So, yeah. So no, I use a 2017 iMac. I do have a second screen set up here. Let me actually just turn this camera around so you can see. I now have a second screen right here so I can actually watch the Twitch and the YouTube chats live right here now, finally. What's also great about this too is, like, I've got my OBS over here now. So remember that Arnoldception shit that would happen whenever I would transfer to a different screen or a different scene on here? That doesn't happen anymore. So now I'm finally able to just click through the different scenes on here, and we don't get Arnoldception anymore. Because I have all this shit over here on this screen, and on this screen I just work. Which is pretty goddamn nice, if you ask me. So what else is going on? Any bands you guys have been checking out that have been really fucking awesome? Adam turned me on to a really kick-ass band called Dialogia. Let me actually find them on Spotify. Just so I can show you guys at least. So Adam recently turned me on to this album, which is really, really, really fucking good. Would definitely recommend you check this out. Dialogia, Nostrum. Sounds really, really awesome. Some slight doomy, deathy moments on there. Some great melodic death moments on there. Reminds me a little bit, you know, Adam, I've given it some thought. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Nightingales. Have you ever heard Nightingales? There's definitely a little bit there. Not like the super fast stuff that Nightingales does, but like when they do like their more mid-paced stuff, it's kind of like a mid-paced mellow death thing. That's what some of this stuff reminds me of, and I fucking dig that a lot. Nightingales kind of originally came out around the same time that, like, in like the heyday of like At the Gates, In Flames, pre-Soilwork, that sort of stuff, where like all of these mellow death bands were coming out. In Thy Dreams, back when Hypocrisy was doing like the super melodic stuff. And Nightingales was a band that came out with an album called Thunder Beast, which I picked up on a lark. Like, I was just in like a used CD store, and remember back in the day, I used to spend so goddamn much money on CDs, and like I was in a used music store, and I was just kind of filtering through stuff. What I would do is I would go through and I would look at cover art, like, okay, does this look cool? Does that look cool? Whatever. If it looks cool, I would pull it out and I would see. Yep. Hold on. Hold on, Adam. I've got you. Because I can do it. So I'll get the link and I'll post it because I'm able to. I'm trying to. Hold on. There we go. There's the Bandcamp link. So this is the thing that Adam was trying to show you guys so that you can see it. Definitely you can go here and check this out. Really, really, really good shit. Link in the Twitch chat right now. Point North's brand new vision has been helping me with writing. Not heavy at all, just very good to get those creative juices flowing. I get it, dude. Sometimes what you need is to listen to something that hits you a certain way, not necessarily like the most metal of stuff. I mean, I feel that way about Gunship. I love listening to Gunship, and it is not metal at all. But it's kind of inherently heavy because of the fact that it's synthwave. Is this thing fucking done yet? 73%. Getting there. Love my gear reviews. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, I'm actually trying to get some great work done right now, but Final Cut Pro is running a little slow on me on importing these files. It's so funny to me because I don't think that like any of these files need to keep importing, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't get it. Whatever. Insecticide Rain, I have not. But thank you, Death Network. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
Saw Perturbator live and it was sick. Dude, I would fucking love to see Perturbator. I would love to see Carpenter Brute. That would be rad. Dude, speaking of Carpenter Brute, I'm so happy they actually finally released that cover of Maniac that they've done live for several years. They finally actually released it this year on Spotify. So finally able to listen to like a studio version instead of just watching that live video. Fucking rad. They killed it. All I want to do is just make that my thumbnail and it won't let me do it. Yep. Final Cut Pro must complete other tasks before performing this operation. That's fine. I almost never have technical issues with any of this software, so dude, thank you for everything, Kyle. I appreciate you. Sorry that this stream isn't so energetic yet. I was looking forward to getting a whole bunch of stuff done, and we're just kind of waiting for something to happen right now. I'm trying to think, like, you know what would have probably been smart when this thing started doing the whole Like, oh, this task needs to finish. I should have grabbed one of my guitars that I popped a string on yesterday and started doing and started actually swapping the strings on it here. I should have done some setup work while we were waiting for this to happen. You know what? We've still got a while here. Maybe I should do that. You know what I should do? I should actually swap all the strings out of this one. And I should see about finally swapping in that new saddle that I've got for this thing. Yeah, let's stay busy while we're on stream. At least that way we get some shit accomplished, right? The newest trend of pop artists wanting to do rock metal albums. Fuck it, if that's what they want to do, let them. You know? See, I'm not necessarily opposed to people wanting to experiment musically and do things here or there that's outside of their comfort zone. Because, I mean, otherwise, how do you find out that you love something? That you love doing something? Like, before I did Voided last year, I wasn't really all that into... Well, let me rephrase, because I was about to say something that was incorrect. So, I had kind of a phase about maybe 20 years ago where I got into black metal, but I didn't really get into a lot of the more traditional stuff. I got into a lot of the symphonic black metal stuff, so like Dimmu Borgir, Stormlord, that sort of stuff. And I really wasn't into stuff like Mayhem or even Emperor so much right off the bat. But like, I kind of had this moment in 2019 where all of a sudden I started listening to that shit again, and I started listening to a lot more of the old school stuff, and I was like, it finally clicked with me. I finally got it. And I don't know why, but I just felt compelled to do a Black Gaze project, which is how Voided came about. And I used to make fun of Black Gaze. Like, I used to make fun of Death Heaven and all that sort of shit. Even though, like, kind of secretly I dug it, I just kind of hated the attitude that surrounded it. You know, the whole hipster black metal thing. But lo and behold, get into... I'm going to clip off these string ends. This is pissing me off. Alright. Take the ones I've got so far. But, like... Oh, right there. But, like, I just felt compelled, like, here, let me do a Black Gaze project just to see what happens. And as it turned out, I fucking loved doing it. So it was one of those things where it's like, you know, okay, this is totally outside my wheelhouse, but I love it. So when pop artists want to do something that's totally outside their wheelhouse, I say fucking let them. It's fine. You know, here's the other thing too. This is something that I don't think people are giving enough thought to. It's not an affront to us as metalheads that pop artists are wanting to do metal records or metal covers records or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, anything that brings more people to this type of music and sheds more of a light on it, like, here, check it out, I'm all for. So, what's the problem? I mean, if people want to do like a metal covers record and put out all this stuff and like earn money for the original artists through licensing and stuff like that by doing covers, what's not to love about that? Let them do that. That's fine. What percentage are we at? 86? So it's kind of the exact same concept as like what we were talking about yesterday about DMCA and that sort of stuff. About just let these artists do cover songs on Twitch. Because here's the thing. It's one of those things where like if a musician wants to learn a song, wants to perform that song, wants to do their own interpretation of it, whatever, and bring attention to the original artist that did it, then fucking fine. That's great. That's awesome. And it's only going to help the original artist. And if there's fans out there that are going to be like, oh, sell out, whatever, then fuck those fans. Those aren't real fans. Those are people that are trying to gatekeep, that are trying to keep all this shit for themselves. And that's selfish as fuck, number one. Number two, it does not help the original artist at all. Because when you think about this, like even the most obscure type of metal is still music that is being released. Who wouldn't want to make a little bit more money off of it? Who wouldn't want to sell more of it? Who wouldn't want to be able to say, hey, this is what I do for a fucking living? I know I would. I would very, very much. So all these gatekeepers that are like, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're supposed to be my little secret that, you know, you're this band that I absolutely love. You know, let people, that's defeating the purpose. So anyone that talks a bunch of shit about Miley Cyrus wanting to do a Metallica cover or something, they're missing the goddamn point. Now granted, does Metallica necessarily need Does Metallica necessarily need like more of that revenue coming in? It's one of those things where like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, but like do they need more attention being brought to them as opposed to like a more underground artist? I would much prefer to see like some metal covers come out from more popular artists that shed light on more underground bands. Like, I'll give you, for instance, there was what was it? There was let me pull up Spotify again and look for this. There was a DJ a few years back, like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, that there was a DJ about maybe 6 or 7 years ago that did a cover version of "I'm Sorry," that song that Evergrey did, and it was awesome. And I would like to think there's at least some people that looked up that song, like maybe Shazam did or something, looked up, well, okay, what are the lyrics then? Looked it up, or maybe even did what I sometimes do, where I do a lyric search, like I'm sorry, this illusion has caused you a lot of pain. And then all of a sudden it pulls up maybe the Evergrey song. What if someone found out that way that, oh, it's actually an Evergrey song, and all of a sudden now they like Evergrey? That's fucking rad, and that's what we want. We want cover songs to serve that purpose. What the hell is going on with my Spotify that there's nothing in? Okay, let me grab my fretboard conditioner now. So for those of you guys that are just tuning in, we are waiting for something to fix up. Exactly. Like, to be honest, Vex, I'm like any fan. I do judge artists for trying new things to a certain extent. Like, I'm not going to judge pop artists because pop artists are just pop artists. They're doing what they do, and that's never really been my bag for the most part. But anything that they want to do, they can do because they're a pop artist and they can get away with that. But as far as metal artists go, or really most bands go, I would say it depends on what they're wanting to do. Like, I'm all for musical experimentation up to a point. I think that once you establish a certain sound under a certain project name, I feel like at that point it needs to be not completely adhered to, but it needs to at least be the core part of the sound. Like, take Opeth, for instance. So, recent Opeth, much has been said about how there's no more growling, it's way less death and black metal, it's much more psychedelic these days. And here's the thing, I've listened to a fair amount of new Opeth, and it's not bad at all. But it's the kind of thing where if it was not called Opeth, I would be much more appreciative of it. Is that my call to make? Fuck no, it's not. Is it something that's going to affect them, me having that opinion? Honestly, fuck no, it's not. But it's the kind of thing where, like, when I listen to Opeth, I'm thinking, hey, Brain Liquor, how you doing? When I listen to Opeth, I'm thinking of Still Life. I'm thinking of Blackwater Park. I'm thinking of shit like that. Where it's, it's got those kind of interesting progressive moments, but still super heavy, still plenty of growls, the little acoustic interludes, etc. But not what they do these days, where it's way more kind of psychedelic and way more like 70s prog rock. To me, that is not what I think of when I think of Opeth. But like I've said, if it's something like oh shit, did I just fuck that up so where now I can't tell which one's the broken one? I think I did. I'll fuss with that a little bit later because this is finally done. Yay. But like, artists can try new things, but I think that they need to stay true to their core sound, at least to a certain extent. I'll give you a recent for instance, and I'll give you a personal for instance. Do you guys remember last week when I was like oh, we're editing a video today, Brain Liquor. Remember last week when we were working on like the layout and everything for the new single that came out, and a few people were like, dude, just put it out under Voided. My main trepidation with doing that is that Voided is a black gaze project. It's a post-black metal project. It's not a straight up black metal thing by any stretch. And for that reason, the 2 songs that we released last week, I didn't want to release them as Voided material because I felt like that was enough of a departure from the original Voided stuff that it didn't need to be under that band name. So that's why we created the name Nihilistic and why we put out that new single. Okay, so real quick, I saw this in the YouTube chat. It's obvious this asshole is just very, very obvious that that dude was just trying to troll a little bit. But I was like hoping he might say something else so I could figure it out one way or another. Sorry, that was bothering me. All right, now let's get the... Okay, boom. Thank you. All right, so like I just didn't feel like I should put the Darkness from the Light single out under Voided because it wasn't... Like, to me, the new songs were straight up fucking hateful, extreme black metal. Like, the kind of stuff like Streams of Blood, Marduk. That's the kind of shit that I was, like, really, really trying to emulate when I was writing that. Whereas, like, I don't know, like, the Voided stuff is way more in line with, like, Numenorian, Death Heaven, Ion, that sort of stuff. Alright. There's my thumbnail. Now let's get to fucking work.
So what happened was earlier in the week, I posted on my Instagram story, hey, ask me anything and I'll do these questions live on Twitch on one of the streams. Ask me anything and I'll do these questions live on Twitch on one of the streams.
I already don't like that that transition there. There's got to be a better transition that can work with this. There has to be. Something that won't affect the background one. How about this one? Like, I just want it to only affect this top one.
Instagram story, hey, ask me anything.
There we go. Boom. There it fucking is right there.
The week, I posted on my Instagram story, hey, ask me anything and I'll do these questions live on Twitch on one of the streams, but also I'll do an actual IFAC video with this. And there was a shitload of questions. So many questions that I just can't do these sort of like long-winded answers like I'm used to doing. So we are going to go through all of the questions. I'm going to keep the answers short, sweet, to the point. If you want me to dive more in depth to some of these questions going forward, please, please, please ask them in the comment section below this video. And
Wow, I had the Rick Sanchez burp right there.
them in the comment section below this video, and maybe they'll make it into a future video. Who knows? But with that, let's hurry up and get right on into it with the first question. With that, let's hurry up and get right into it with the first question. question.
All right. Now, there's a bunch of questions that got asked here in the Twitch. Let's see. So Ludwig, you asked what's on the menu today. We are actually what we're working on is we're working on this video, and Brainlicker, you asked this too. What we're working on first and foremost, we're working on this video, and then depending on how much time we have, we might work on something else too, but there's a few things I need to do later this afternoon, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be back streaming later on, like this afternoon or this evening or anything like that. Fascinating bad news. Bitcoin is at 16K again. You're rich. Awesome. In my Twitch channel description, there's a little tip button. So no, today what we're doing is we're working on this video first and foremost, and then we're going to see what we can do with what time we have. So you think it'd be if the artist started a new band to branch off into different styles would be better? Yes, because I mean they can branch off into different stuff as long as they're retaining the core sound a little bit. So like I like what Ihsahn does, because to me every Ihsahn record sounds like Ihsahn, even though he still branches off and does like, okay, this record's a little bit more this record's a little bit more that, a little bit more like synth pop kind of has been weaving itself in lately, but it still sounds like Ihsahn. And like to me, new Opeth just doesn't sound like Opeth. So I would prefer it if it was under a different band name. Another band, In Flames. The past few records to me, that is not In Flames. That is a bunch of guys from Sweden really, really wanting to be. That is a bunch of like Swedish melodeath guys really, really, really wanting to be as hardcore as possible, and it's just not working. Any more gear reviews coming up? Amplitude 5 maybe? I would love for Amplitude to hit me up. I would totally be down for that. So far, I think the only video that I have in the pipeline for an actual review is the Angle Steve Morse Signature 100. Yeah. But the funny thing is with Mikael Ackerfeld branching off and doing other projects, like to me, I hear Storm Corrosion and I hear a bunch of other stuff that he's done. And I'm like, okay, that's what that, all right, that is a moniker that like I hear a lot of what he's doing in Opeth in that new moniker. So why do both exist? It's weird. Like, I know that Storm Corrosion was him wanting to branch off and actually work with Steven Wilson, like, in a more sort of, like, collaborative setting as opposed to just Steven Wilson producing. But it's like sometimes when these artists, like, form, like, different projects that are too similar, that's also a problem, too. Like, why do we have 2 or 3 projects that all sound like they are exactly the same fucking thing? Why not just put that all under one moniker? It's weird. I'm just spitballing here. I'm full of bullshit, stupid ideas, and that's keeping me from getting work done. Sorry.
But with that, let's hurry up and get right into it with the first question.
I appreciate you saying it makes sense. For a minute, I was like, does it really? Or am I just speaking out my ass here? All right.
With the first question.
Sometimes I tend to do that, especially when I'm a little tired. This shit hasn't kicked in yet.
Question. What do you do when not drinking beer, playing guitar, or making YouTube videos? I play.
We all need to ass speak every so often. So, what do I want to do here?
Or making YouTube videos. I play Asian mythology every morning. I watch. Do you like any grindcore? I I can't understand it. I can't explain it. Right into it with the first question. What do you do when not drinking beer, playing guitar, or making YouTube videos?
This might be a little bit labor intensive. I hadn't given this a lot of thought. That's okay though. All for the intent to make this as entertaining as possible. Done. That size sounds good to me. And now here,
What do you do when not drinking beer, playing guitar, or making YouTube videos? I play Asian mythology every morning. I watch YouTubers play games on their computer or on Xbox or whatever that I can't be bothered to play myself. And somehow, oddly, I am strangely obsessed with British panel shows. I can't understand it. I can't explain it. Do you like any grindcore power violence bands? Although I made fun of them in a video, I actually question. What do you do when not drinking beer, playing guitar, or making YouTube?
I do actually. So, like, what gear were you looking to get actually? And by the way, thank you so much for asking this because I am a Sweetwater affiliate now, and this does help. So I appreciate that. What were you looking to get? PreSonus Studio Live. Right on. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry, I'm looking to get something ready for you here. Hold on. The fuck, did I accidentally delete that? Sorry guys, hold on just 1 second. I'm fucking around with something. I need to see it on a bigger screen. Fuck, did I seriously delete it? What the hell? God, I hope not. Shit, I think I did. Yep, I did. Oops, there we go. That's what I need. Jesus Christ, man. I'm so sorry that that's taking me a second. Sinistro King? Dude, that... Yeah, dude. Nahemoth, so fucking good. It really, really is. I'm gonna bookmark this shit now so that I don't... I hardly ever bookmark anything, so... Alright, and you said you're looking at the PreSonus Studio Live. Okay. 1,000,001 cases. Studio Live 16 point. All right, my friend. Boom. So bad news, you can either, bad news capes, you can either click on that link and go right to that, or you can like copy that link and paste it in your browser. That helps immensely. So I thank you for bringing that up, and I'm sorry guys for, thank you so much for your patience while I kind of went through that and got that ready for him. Dude, that really does actually make a huge difference for me. Because, yeah, it's something where I am a Sweetwater affiliate. Now, what does that mean? That does not mean that you guys who click on my affiliate link pay any extra or anything. Sweetwater pays me out of their profits that they take from whatever you buy by clicking on my Sweetwater link. So that helps immensely right now, and I appreciate that very, very much, dude. Thank you. So, sorry, I saw an opportunity and I had to take it.
I play Asian mythology every morning. I watch YouTubers play games on their computer or on Xbox or whatever that I can't be bothered to play myself. And somehow, oddly, I am strangely obsessed with British panel shows. I can't understand it. I can't explain it. Do you like any grindcore power violence bands? Although I made fun of them in a video, I actually really do like Nails a lot. Not a question, but
Alright, let's see if we can do this as rapid fire as possible. With the editing as well, just like we did. How you doing, 619? Well, dude, you can actually still click on, here, hold on, let me get you a link as well real fast. Dude, thank you so much for the follow. Big Giglio, thank you so much. I appreciate that. There you go, Darkest of the Moon. Click on that link right there, and that helps a lot. What I would ask you to do is click on that link and immediately log on to your Sweetwater. That helps. I mean, it's not like I'm making a shitload of money off of it, but every little thing helps right now. Have I or would you do a tutorial on making drum tracks through a DAW? So I actually do do a lot of behind the scenes stuff here and kind of show the process a little bit. So I would say continue to tune in to the Twitch streams, because there have been a lot of times where I sit here and I like kind of make shit happen as far as like copy and pasting MIDI tracks and stuff like that. I don't really use the piano roll anymore, but I used to do it through Pro Tools. Maybe if I can get Pro Tools up and running, maybe I can do a stream of just that. We'll see. Alright, let's see how that looks transitioning from one question to the other. Yeah, dude, COVID fucking sucks. A lot of people having to get rid of good gear. Easy Drummer is a great software, it really is. I use Superior Drummer. I kind of got privy to the extra editing capabilities that Superior Drummer has. And so that I just use Superior Drummer now, and it, in my opinion, it's well worth it to pay the extra and get the better program. Just my 2 cents.
The first question: what do you do when not drinking beer, playing guitar, or making YouTube videos? I play Asian mythology every morning. I watch YouTubers play games on their computer or on Xbox or whatever that I can't be bothered to play myself. And somehow, oddly, I am strangely obsessed with British panel shows. I can't understand it. I can't explain it. Do you like any grindcore power violence bands? Although I made fun of them in a video, I actually really do. I can't understand it. I can't explain it. Do you like any grindcore?
Shorten that up a little bit.
Understand it. I can't explain it. Do you like any grindcore power violence bands? Although I made fun of them in a video, I actually really do like males a lot. Although I made fun of them in a video, I actually really do like males a lot. Not a question, but just want to say I've been loving the Twitch streams, man. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try to keep doing them every single day. We'll see how we go. I actually really do like males a lot.
Damn it. Get out of here. Stop it. Stop it. Gotta be perfect.
Not a question, but just want to say I've been loving the Twitch streams, man. Thanks for see how I can continue doing that.
Angle Savage from Plugin Alliance on sale, and it fucking rules. VST. Nice, dude. I've kind of been curious about checking out an Angle Savage plugin. I love the actual amp. That's honestly my favorite angle, to be honest. All right. I already know what some people are going to say in the comment section. Dude, why are you just reading off the exact answers you put in Instagram? Fuck, if it can work for when all these dudes do like the Wired, like Twitter interview where people ask them questions and then they basically just shout out their short rapid fire answer and then it magically appears in their Twitter response, I can do it too. Ever had a chance to use a Blackheart amp? I have not. I have not heard good things though, to be completely honest with you. Quick question before you get started. How are you routing your audio from your DAW to Twitch? If I'm using a Focusrite, for instance, I can never seem to get it to work. I'm actually using 2 Focusrites. That's how I'm getting it to work. Because here's the problem. Like, if you're using a music production software like Logic Pro X, like a DAW, for example, you have to be routing things through the DAW, but then you also have to be routing things through to the OBS. So what I use is I use Soundflower, and I've got it set up here. Let me actually just take a second to show you this. So first of all, I have this little audio device set up right here, as you can see it. Can you see it? No, I'm in just chatting. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Damn, haven't done that in a while. So, in audio MIDI setup, pull this up. Audio devices, I have one that I made, because here's Soundflower, here's my Scarletts, but I made a new one, which you would go to right here, and then I named it Scarlett plus Soundflower. And the clock source is Scarlett 18i8, which is my main one for recording through the DAW. And that's the sample rate I use. Some people have been nerding out a little bit and saying, oh, that sucks, why are you using 44.1? It's because I don't give a shit, and that's what I'm used to using. So how about that? Hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, so anyways, like I was saying, I've got a separate little thing here that I made, Scarlett plus Soundflower, and I've got both Soundflower, my 2-channel Soundflower, and the Scarlett in here. The Soundflower, I've made sure are outputs 1 and 2, and the Scarlett, I've made sure is the rest of them. So outputs 3 through 20 are the Scarlett. And then I've made sure that I've selected both. Soundflower has the drift correction. Makes sense so far? Now, in Logic Pro X, let me just do this. Yeah, fine. In Logic Pro X, what you'll then have to do is you go to Logic Pro X up here, and it might be different for your DAW. Preferences, and then audio, or however you set up your hardware. In Logic Pro X, my input device for the actual mic inputs is my Scarlett. So my Scarlett 18i8, and for my mic inputs and my inputs from recording, from the amp, etc. That's all. I'm gonna turn that off. That's all going in through the Scarlett 18i8. That's my input device. Output device should be Scarlett plus Soundflower. And that is going to make outputs 1 and 2 is going through the Soundflower. And then, but there's going to be a problem with that. You're not going to be able to hear it. So what you do is you create a bus. First of all, this should be outputs 1 and 2. I don't know why. So this should be stereo out or outputs 1 and 2, however it says. But I've created a bus. And then I just change the name on it so that every single time it comes up, I'm going to know that I'm clicking the right one. Because like you see how now you go to bus and now it says bus 10 is monitor. Now I know that that's the one I need to click on. All right. So this one, it's automatically set to stereo out, but you won't be able to hear it is the problem. So you change it to outputs 3 and 4, which are outputs 1 and 2 normally from the Focusrite. It's the first two outputs from the Focusrite. It's the monitor outputs are now output 3 and 4 instead of 1 and 2 because, remember, here you've got the first outputs are your Soundflower. And this one, these ones right here are all the Scarlett. So stereo out is outputs 1 and 2. That's going through Soundflower. Outputs 3 and 4 are going through the Scarlett, but you still won't be able to hear it. So right here, you gotta do the unity gain so that way the gain is there. And now you will be able to hear it. Now, in OBS, you just want to set things up like normal. Like, you want to make sure that there is an actual Soundflower in your OBS and then adjust the levels as you see fit. That way, anything that I play through here will be coming through Soundflower because under audio MIDI setup, that's what I have pulled up here is Scarlett plus Soundflower. So like if I was to play something on like Spotify, it would come through on Soundflower. If I was to play something on YouTube, it would come through on Soundflower. This is basically right here on your OBS. This right here is your actual computer audio. Now, on my OBS where it says Scarlett Solo, I still have a different Scarlett interface that is running into the computer that is not going through the Soundflower and Scarlett. So you see I've got the Soundflower and Scarlett is just the Soundflower plus the Scarlett 18i8. However, I also have a Scarlett Solo that is not going into that. That I have right here, and that is the mic that you hear me talking on right now. That is how you stream It took me a long time to figure that out. I had to watch videos. I even did a FaceTime chat with Steve from Boston at one point just to figure out how he does it because he's a fucking master at it. And thankfully he was able to kind of steer me in the right direction and say, no, dude, this is what you gotta do, okay? So you're gonna set up a second interface here, and you're not gonna run it through your Soundflower. See, you're gonna just run it straight on in. It's not gonna cause you any problems, okay? Yes, I do a Steve from Boston impression. It sounds strangely like Peter Griffin, and I apologize. I've apologized profusely to Steve for doing it that way, but yep, that is how you set up DAW or whatever you're doing on your desktop to run through OBS. So I hope that made at least a little bit of sense. Dude, Beer Jesus, welcome back, man. How you doing? It's been a while, Beer Jesus. Saw you maybe like a week and a half ago. How's it going? Ugh. The only reason why I don't do that tutorial for from the DAW to OBS is because you just heard me explain it. Would you watch a video of me explaining it like that, where I'm like, oh, but this, oh, but that, with my ADHD kicking in full tilt? Would you really? So, you know, it's just a really badass guitar. What can I say? God damn, I do a good Steve from Boston. Hey, one-man bands, how the hell are ya? Sorry, I didn't see you in there. I was on a rant. I was on a tangent.
Keep doing them every single day. We'll see how long I can continue doing that. How do you typically set up your guitars in terms of neck relief and string height? Previous answer on string height, but I kind of prefer a straight neck. Continue doing that. How do you typically set up your guitars in terms of neck relief and string height?
Okay, so this one follows another question that's later on, so I need to find that other question. Dude, the Beer Jesus, you followed me, but say something, man. We love you around here, Beer Jesus. I've actually watched a couple of your streams after you popped in the last time. Definitely appreciate what you do, man.
String height, but I kind of prefer a straight neck. Height, but I do prefer as straight of a neck as I possibly can get. Any lesser known bands you wish more people knew? No, given for me to list all the bands please set up your
Making sure I'm doing this right. Yep. Yep, okay. Good. Damn it, don't do that. There we go. I'm just going to leave that right there, but I'm going to keep on working, and then when I finally find that question, remember, 215, okay. When I finally find that question on string height, I'll put those together.
Any lesser known bands you wish more people knew about? There is not enough space here to tell you them all. There's not even enough time in a given week for me to list all the bands that you guys should be checking out. So instead, what I'm going to tell you is my album of the year to beat that so far nothing has come close to. I'm going to tell you that instead. It's Serpent Uncoiling by the band.
Let me also, I know I've got a Sinistral King album art somewhere. Pretty sure I do, at least. There it is.
All the bands that you guys should be checking out. So instead, what I'm going to tell you is my album of the year to beat that so far nothing has come close to. I'm going to tell you that instead. It's Serpent Uncoiling by the band Sinistral King. Such a great record. That so far nothing has come close to. I'm going to tell you that instead. It's Serpent Uncoiling by the band Sinistral King. Such a great record.
All right, there we go. Hey, love the channel. Random question, but is there any difference or any advice you have for EQing differently at band volumes during practice as opposed to recording at home? I'll be honest. I haven't actually had like a band practice in 9 years, so probably not the best to ask for that. What I will say though is that when I did the record with one of my previous bands, Miros, when I had my triple rectifier, like I told Aaron, the engineer, like, find whatever settings on this thing you like let's work on it. Let's find a kick-ass tone that we love. And he twiddled the knobs and he was like, I love where it's at right now. And I said, perfect. And I put little markers on the stickers, or little stickers, I should say, on each of the knobs so that I would know exactly how to set that amp all the damn time. It's a little like, if you go into an office supply store, you know those little stickers that you can buy for, like, let's say you have a piece of paper that's been 3-hole punched, but then you rip one of the holes, but they make those little circular stickers that you can use to repair the hole. That's what I bought. I put them on all of the metal dome knobs that were on that Mesa triple rectifier I had, and then I just drew a marker going straight up so that I knew, hey, that's my tone. Make sure that all the knobs have that marker tick going straight up so that I know that the setting is always the same. And I left that setting fucking completely alone until I sold that amp. So that just became my tone, and I used that tone live. I used that tone in the studio whenever we went back, and I also used that tone in band practice all the time as well. So that's how I did it. Yeah, if you're wanting to stream working on the DAW, you're gonna need another Focusrite, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, there's just kind of no way around that, I'm finding. There's a lot of people that say that there's a way around it, but I've tried some of those methods that they show on like YouTube videos and stuff like that, and they've not fucking worked at all. At least not for me.
People knew about. There is not enough space here to tell you them all. There's not even enough time in a given week for me to list all the bands that you guys should be checking out. So instead, what I'm going to tell you is my album of the year to beat that so far nothing has come close to. I'm going to tell you that instead. It's Serpent Uncoiling by the band Sinistral King. Such a great record. Arnold, Dream signature guitar, specs and brand. Why? On neck, probably some Alnico 5 bass pickups from guitar.
I gotta get used to just the key commands. That'll make things so much easier. One day. It's too much. No sweat.
That is a damn tough call on the brand. Probably some.
Actually, 619 before you go to Guitar Center. And by the way, 619, do you also need other stuff? Now, here, hold on. That's right. Here you go, 619. Arnold, you have arcane knowledge that I must know. Does fan fret palm muting gent less than a standard bridge and palm muting? Because I'm suspicious about the quality of chugs I'm getting on my fan 8. Like when you choke up on the pick towards the neck humbucker to hit that sweet spot for the perfect jaunt. Honestly, man, I don't have any sort of arcane knowledge. I just go for it. Like I wish I could tell you there's some magical technique, but there kind of isn't.
Whew, that is Cam call on the brand. Probably some sort of X shape, mahogany body, maple neck, bolt-on neck. Probably some Alnico 5 based pickups from Guitarmery. Master on the brand. Probably some sort of X shape.
Gonna add something to that. Oh, I see what the problem is.
Probably some sort of X shape, mahogany body, maple neck, bolt-on neck. Probably some Alnico 5 based pickups from Guitarmery. Master volume, master tone, a 5-way blade switch so I can get some single coil tones out of it. Hip shot hardware, ebony fretboard, stainless steel frets, and yeah. So I don't know about the brand. Maybe Balaguer? Hey dude, I'd love a signature Tartarus. I don't know about the brand. Maybe Balaguer? Hey dude, I would love a signature Tartarus. Fretboard, stainless steel frets. Dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even put that in there.
Fretboard, stainless steel frets. What's your favorite past? And yeah, so and yeah, so I don't know about the brand. Maybe
There you go.
I don't know about the brand. Maybe Balaguer. So I don't know about the brand. Maybe some sort of X shape, mahogany body, maple neck, bolt-on neck, probably some Alnico 5 based pickups from Guitar Marie, master volume, master tone, a 5-way blade switch so I can get some single coil tones out of it, pip shot hardware, ebony fretboard, stainless steel frets, and yeah. So I don't know about the brand. What's your favorite passive Seymour Duncan pickups?
Why is that not loading for me? That's weird. Ah, you fucking... First bot of the day. Fuck off. There we go. Yeah, dude, I played at the Champs Theater. Or at the Chance Theater, rather. I played there in 2007. Great venue. Yeah, dude, I played the Chance Theater in 2007. I was in a band called Silence is Broken, and we were on tour with A New Revolution and Dope. And we played at the Chance Theater, I want to say the end of February. It's fucking cold. Right around then was when we were like kind of deep in flu season. There was a lot of flu going around in that van.
Seymour Duncan pickups. Too many great ones to name, but right now my favorite ones are probably the Solar stock pickups that come in those guitars. I'm stating it right now. Every single Solar I ever own, I will...
Are you fucking kidding me? We figure out a way. We always figure out a way.
And what's your favorite passive Seymour? I'm stating it right now. Every single Solar I ever own, I will never swap out those pickups. They sound so... so good. Can I get a... Jokes aside, what's your favorite guitar amp modeler combo? How about now? Hey Arnold, I I'm 17 and I got a job at my favorite. So good. Can I get a jokes aside, what's your favorite guitar amp modeler combo? Probably whatever Jason Frankhauser is playing right now.
Good answer. Very good answer. I feel. Those of you guys that are watching me on YouTube right now, remember I am also streaming on Twitch right now. I know this one might seem like it's a little bit less of an energy compared to previous streams, and I apologize for that. We're just getting some editing done so we can have a video go live tomorrow. And then if we've got some time, I've got some shit I need to do later, but if we've got some time, I'm gonna work on some other stuff too. This is going to be one of those ones I have to watch all the way through and make sure I didn't fuck something up, because I know somewhere there's going to be a moment where I don't move this over all the way. I know it. It's going to happen. You just watch. And I've got this here. I've got the little space here to remind me that I need to move that.
I tell you that instead. It's Serpent, mahogany body, the Solar stock pickups that come in those guitars. I'm stating it right now. Every single Solar I ever own, I will never swap out those pickups. They sound so good. Can I get a jokes aside, what's your favorite guitar amp modeler combo? Probably whatever Jason Frankhauser is playing right now. Hey Arnold, I'm 17 and I got a job at my favorite guitar store. Super stoked to finally do what I love.
The hell? Where'd you come from? Get out of here. What? The hell? Why is that happening? Why is it doing that? Oh no, that's gonna fuck up my whole day. Oh. Wrong tool. Okay then. Wrong mouse tool. That's why I was doing that.
Hey Arnold, I'm 7. Probably guitar amp modeler combo. Probably whatever Jason Frankhauser is playing right now. Hey Arnold, I'm 17 and I got a job at my Probably whatever Jason Frankhauser is playing right now. Hey Arnold, I'm 17 and I got a job at my favorite guitar store. super stoked to finally do what I love.
More power to this kid. If he wants to work in a Guitar Center, that's fine. That's awesome. We'll see how that goes for him.
Year retail sales professional. Speaking as a 20-year retail sales professional, give it time. Ever try a Monson guitar? I have not. Tell them to hit me up.
Good answer.
Speaking as a 20-year retail sales professional, give it time.
Dude, Chick of Mayhem, how you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Ever try a Monson guitar? I have not. Tell them to hit me up. What is one of your biggest want to buy guitars? So in terms of a production model that's slightly more middle of the road, I really, really, really want a Solar Marzi Priestess model. Monson guitar. I have not. Tell them to hit me up.
I am editing for YouTube right now. We are working on an IFAC video, but we did kind of this thing on Instagram earlier in the week where I posted like an Ask Me Anything, and I got like 50 questions. What I've decided to do is I'm just making a rapid fire IFAC video. So like we're just kind of going through this shit like super duper fast. Question, 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 done, done, done. And the way I figured, if people want more info, they can ask for it after the fact. You know what? I changed my mind. I want that to be my thumbnail. That's too fucking good. Such a process. It is, but after a while you kind of get used to what you're doing, and I don't know, just getting into a good workflow. That's what it's all about, just getting into a good workflow, being able to get through this shit relatively quickly. think we've gone through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was question number 10. And we're only at the 4.5 minute mark. So yeah, we're blasting through this.
What is one of your biggest want to buy guitars? So in terms of a production model that's slightly more middle of the road, I really, really, really want a Solar Marzi Priestess model. As far as high-end custom, so in terms of a production model that's slightly more so
Stop that. That's what I meant to do, Jesus. We do indeed. That's what we do here. It's all about the guitar and all about the metal. So yesterday we were doing a lot of production work, working on like some death metal songs and stuff like that. That is what we kind of typically do, but we do also like to do we also do like some video editing here just to get shit ready to post on the YouTube channel. So since you're asking me on Twitch, you might not know this, I do have a YouTube channel that's a bit more popular. Arnold Plays Guitar. It's the same exact screen name. And we do a lot of guitar reviews, playthroughs, sometimes music recommendations, and also these IFAC videos that I've been posting every single week for a little bit now. Does well.
So in terms of a production model that's slightly more middle of the road, I really, really, really want a Solar Marzi Priest.
I know I've got one of those up here. Oh, you know what? I moved that photo. I moved that. I've got a folder here. There it is. That's the photo I need, as a matter of fact. Beautiful. Let's grab that. Put it right in there. Thank you.
So in terms of a production model that's slightly more middle of the road, I really, really, really want a Solar Marzi Priestess model. As far as high-end custom. So in terms of a production model that's slightly more middle of the road, I really, really, really want a Solar Marzi Priestess model. As far as high-end custom, I really want a Negrini or a Podolka.
Sharing YouTube videos in my chat? I'm afraid not. I don't allow links in my chat. it kind of got abused very, very early on, I'm afraid. A lot of people posting a lot of shit that honestly, like, you know, it's one of those things, like, I don't mind a little bit of self-promotion, but it was one of those things where it got abused very, very fast, very early on in this channel. So just kind of took away the option.
Since it's been a few years, would you try the new Leggett?
Do I even want to include this one? Do I even want to include this one? You know what? No, I'm not going to include that one. Forget it. Just because I don't need a bunch of people in the comments section bitching about, oh, you really need to try them, man.
What playing techniques do you struggle with the most?
What's up with Leggiter? So it's... I kind of don't want to stir the pot a little bit, and I feel like I'm kind of getting into that habit again. But, like, forever and ever ago, they sent my buddy some absolute pieces of shit instruments after I basically kind of convinced him to buy one. So I felt really fucking bad about that for starters. But then, like, the replacement was just as bad. Like, these were awful, awful instruments. And, it was one of those things, too, where, like, we got a little bit of flack for it. What am I doing? That's not ready yet. I got a little bit of flack for it. People were like, oh, come on, you're being a little bit too hard on the brand. But at the same time, I was like, am I really, though? Am I really being too hard on the brand? Or do they need to get their fucking shit together? God damn it, I got so much done, and now I had to go back and redo it all. No, I don't. I can just delete. Get out of here. Delete. I can just reload this shit all over again. But the thing of it is a lot of people have been asking me about it, saying that, oh, the new ones are fantastic, the new ones are fantastic, and they very well might be. But when in a private text message with another well-known luthier, you call me the Jew boy, all of a sudden, I don't give a fuck if you get your company righted. I really don't want to put that dude's shit on my channel ever again if he's gonna call me shit like that in a derogatory fashion. So, you know, don't get me wrong, people can right their ships. I'm always pulling for companies to sort of right the wrongs of their past and figure shit out and make their like sort of like figure out and fix their mistakes. But it's the kind of thing where like I feel like if you're being blatantly disrespectful to me, it's my right to think you're a fucking asshole. So yeah, I think that I think there's a valid reason there as to why Legator will never ever appear on this channel again. Same thing with Kiesel, although that's a different scenario altogether. Let's see, how's this going so far? I feel like I missed something here. I did miss something there. Forgot that. Get you out of there. Okay. Let's play a few back and see how this goes.
Hauser is playing right now. Hey Arnold, I'm 17 and I got a job at my favorite guitar store. Super stoked to finally do what I love.
Exactly. So if people are going to act like that, then fuck it. That's unprofessional. I'm not going to work with them. I'm going to choose to not work with them.
Ever try a Monson guitar? I have not. Tell them to hit me up. What is one of your biggest want to buy guitars? So in terms of a production model that's slightly more middle of the road, I really want a Solar Marzi Priestess model. As far as high-end custom, I really want a Negrini or a Padalka. What playing techniques do you struggle with the most? Arpeggios. Normal, plain old arpeggios like you see on tab sheets that say let ring. Those arpeggios. I have a 120 watt head, but 2 notes doesn't make
Ah, fuck. Alright, there we go. Much better.
not always going to push their full RMS wattage unless you absolutely crank them all the goddamn time. So, I mean, I use a 2 notes captor, 100 watt, and I've had 0 problems even with my amps that have been over 100 watts. I have a 120 watt head, but 2 notes doesn't make a 120 watt load box. Is the 100 watt okay to use? And to push their full RMS 120 watt.
Process. It's a process. We're working through the process. We're getting this shit done. Transform. That was way off center. Oops. Better.
Load box. Is the 100 watt okay to use? Amps are not always going to push their full RMS wattage unless you absolutely crank them all the goddamn time. So, I mean, I use a 2 notes captor, 100 watt, and I've had 0 problems even with my amps that have been over 100 watts. What's your holy grail dream guitar? P.S. Keep up the good work. Nick from the stream
Thank you, Nick. I don't think he's watching right now, but dude, we love Nick. Nick's awesome. Okay, there's that, there's that. You know what? I just realized I should probably do. But bring that down a little bit. That way there's still something playing in the background while you guys are watching, or while you guys have this going on. Because I know a lot of you guys just kind of put me on in the background and lurk a little bit, which is a-okay, that's fine. But I think the least I can do is put a little music under so that you guys can still hear something while I'm working. Because I know sometimes when I get into the zone with this, I get a little silent. I apologize for that.
Yes, keep up the good work. Nick from the stream crew. Damn tough call, but I would probably say a custom Ironbird with a reversed headstock and a Floyd. Any interest in tellies or telly-shaped guitars in general? Not so much. Any interest in
We are whittling this fucking thing down. I'll bet you that'll end up being right there when all is said and done. You know what I should seriously do? Like, okay, fuck the fade out. Doesn't matter. I'm glad I'm thinking about this now before it gets ridiculous. That'll give me a little bit less to do as well so I can get this shit done. There we go. That'll clean things up a little bit. Let's see how that looks.
Retail sales professional, give it time. Ever try a Monson guitar? I have not. Tell them to hit me up. What is one of your biggest want to buy guitars? So in terms of a production model that's slightly more middle of the road, I really a Greenie or a Pedalka. What playing techniques do you struggle with
I didn't fix that. I knew we would find mistakes if we just gave it enough time. Now that makes me wonder, did I get in all the other ones too? Seems like it. Good. Good, 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 good. Your opinion on modern prog metal bands. Novelist, Heart of a Coward, Polaris, After the Burial. I love After the Burial. Polaris, not so much. Heart of a Coward, definitely not so much. Novelist, I have kind of a soft spot in my heart for that band. I really, really do like them. There's just some bands that I like, some bands I don't. It's one of those things like all others sort of like genty bands. It has to grab me. It has to be something about it that just makes me go, ooh, I like that. And a lot of those bands, sometimes it's tough to find it, but they do exist. There are definitely bands out there that do that sort of stuff that I absolutely love for sure. But it's got to really grab me, you know? Stuff like The Healing, for example. I love The Healing. What a great band. Almost did it again. Veil of Maya. I dig Veil of Maya for what they do, but most of their music doesn't really grab me. Born of Osiris grabs me way better. See, some of these bands too, like especially the ones on Sumerian Records, I have a different name for them. I call them backing track core, because every single time you see these bands live, a lot of their live sound is on a sampler that they're playing. And I don't really care for that shit for the most part. I like to go see a live band perform fucking live. You know? I don't need all these, like, extra guitar tracks behind them. You know, I don't need the keyboard parts. You know, fuck, if you don't have a keyboard player, then don't have the keyboard parts live. Now, in some instances, it's kind of a necessity. Like, for instance, I saw Amaranth one time, and Amaranth, you really do need that backing track because you need that keyboard section because it's so prevalent in the music, and I know that it's the guitar player who's programming all that shit, so you need to have that on a backing track that you're playing along with. But I mean, like, extra guitars, extra bass, I don't care for that shit at all. Like, have a bass player, have your guitar players, and just kick fucking ass on stage, and that's what you need. But, like, I don't dig the backing track thing.
Not so much. Something about that shape just doesn't.
That's what I need to do right there.
Appeal to me anymore. I used to have a few, but traditional tellies, especially twang tellies, not my thing at all.
I think I redid that part.
But traditional twang. Traditional tellies, especially. But tell do nothing for. What guitar did you sell / trade that you wish you could get back? About that shape just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I used to have a few, but traditional tellies especially. But traditional twang tellies, they do absolutely nothing for me. What guitar did you sell slash trade that you wish you could get back? Absolutely nothing for me. What guitar did you sell slash trade that you wish you could get back? Honestly, I would probably say that Schecter Ultra Bass that I recently sold. I am already kicking slash trade that you wish you could get back.
Whew, this is definitely a process today, man. Thank you guys for sticking it out with me. I appreciate that.
Trade that you wish you could get back.
Oh. Ouch.
You could get back. Honestly, I would probably say that Schecter Ultra Bass that I recently sold. I am already kicking myself for that one. That thing played out. That thing played so awesome. It sounded so awesome, and there's a already kicking myself for that one. And that thing played. Kicking myself for that one. That thing played so awesome. It sounded so awesome, and there's a reason why it was my studio workhorse bass for many years. It was my studio workhorse bass for many years. Bass for many years. Do you warm up before playing? If so, care to share how you do so? Scales, just riffing?
Can't Beat a Live Show by Neurosis, Converge, Cult of Luna, or Menra. Of those bands, I've seen Neurosis one time. I saw them way back in the day. Like, what was the album? Times of Grace, the one that was after Through Silver with Blood. I saw them on tour for that album, and they, oh boy, what they do live is fucking bludgeoning. Really, really great show.
Care to share how you do so? Scales, just riffing? Honestly, I don't really want. stiff or a little funky from playing in the previous days or whatever, sometimes I'll just start playing a bunch of riffs or maybe some cover songs that I played way too many times already, just to kind of get that sort of familiar, ready to play feeling back. Do you like any other booze other than beer? I can never separate a little whiskey from my beer. Do you like any other booze?
Poor puppies.
I can never separate.
We've got to be like, nope, we're about maybe a little over a third of the way through.
A little whiskey from my beer. I like a little bit of whiskey. I do prefer Scotch over bourbon, but I like both. I would also wholeheartedly agree with my wife that moonshine is fucking awesome. Favorite OD pedal and why? For a more transparent kind of I would also wholeheartedly agree with my wife that moonshine is fucking awesome. For a more transparent kind of pristine tone, I really like the High Wing Direwolf. For something much more favorite OD pedal and why?
All right, now we gotta load in a new one of these, the IFAC backdrops, because we actually used up all of that last one. All right. There's that.
Moonshine is fucking awesome. Favorite OD pedal and why? For a more transparent kind of pristine tone, I really like the High Wing Direwolf. For something much more colored, I'm much more into 808s. So like probably the Maxon OD 808X, because that's got a massive low end to it.
I just realized I didn't... Oops.
Hey man, how do you go about the stream height? I'd say that I like
There it is.
action, but I've been told recently by a few people that have played my instruments that I do tip on OD808X because that's got a massive low end to it. Hey man, how do you go about the stream height on your guitars?
Ah, come on.
About the stream height on your guitars. Say that I like really low action, but I've been told recently by a few people that have played my say really passion, but I've been told recently by a few people that have played my instruments that I do
Definitely, dude. Take it easy, Brain Liquor. Appreciate ya.
tend to have kind of high action. I don't know if I'm doing it subconsciously to compensate for the fact that I downpick like a son of a bitch, or if I just do it because I'm lazy and don't maintain my instruments as well as I should.
Probably the latter, honestly.
Just had to say, you are awesome, and I very much appreciate that support. I love those kind of words. Thank you. Favorite thrash band? God damn, that's instruments as well as I should. Just had to say, keep.
Oh shit, I need to grab the string height part.
Previous answer on.
Yep, alright.
I don't know if I'm doing it subconsciously to compensate for the fact that I downpick like a son of a bitch, or if I just do it because I'm lazy and don't maintain my instruments as well as I should. How do you typically set up your guitars in terms of neck relief and string height? Previous answer on string height, but I do prefer as straight of a neck as I possibly can get. Just had to say, keep up everything you're doing. Love your channel, informative and entertaining. You are awesome, and I very much appreciate that support. I love those kind of words.
So guys, you know what? I think I'm actually going to end the stream. I don't feel like today's stream is really super energetic. I feel like I'm just kind of trying to desperately get through this. I had every intention of getting to some actual recording at some point. I'll be honest with you, before I have to leave and go take care of a few things, I don't see myself getting done with this whole thing before I have to do that. So I think we're actually going to call the stream here. I apologize. But hopefully I can maybe sneak on a little bit later in the evening maybe. Otherwise, I will definitely be on tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, subscriptions, follows are always greatly appreciated on the Twitch channel. Tips are always greatly appreciated. Most of you guys know that a lot of times these streams are a lot more high energy, a lot more music production, that sort of stuff. I've just got a bunch of shit I need to finish.